Hi everyone, happy Monday. Yes. Thank you so much for joining me. This is T with Sebaso. I hope you had a beautiful weekend and of course you're looking forward to the week. So September, I see you. Yes, today's the last day of August and I'm looking forward to September. 2020 has taught so many of us, no, 2020 has taught us great lessons. One for sure, it's taught me on how to be grateful. And of course, it's opened up my mind to following my dreams. You don't know what 2021 will hold, right? So you do want to make sure that you take action for whatever dream you have. Do not leave your dreams unanswered. So that's what it's taught me. I would like to hear what 2020 has taught you. If you could make a comment on YouTube or my Facebook page or even WhatsApp, that would be great. So this weekend, I was blending tomatoes like a boss. Yes. So I was a blending master this weekend. Usually when winter is just around the corner, we buy tomatoes in bulk, blend them and store them for the winter. So I blended like 20 boxes of tomatoes this week. But I'm excited. It's prepared me for winter, and of course it gave me inspiration for this week's tea, talking about being prepared for 2021, how to be a great boss. All the great bosses out there, I salute you. How to be a great boss. It's so easy to be a bad boss. You don't even have to show up. You can just be a bad boss. But to be a great boss, you have to work, right? You have to put in what word am I looking for? Your character. And that's something that I don't think it's really taught in schools. Character is character, right? So you want to make sure that if you do have a bad character, however, the good thing is from these tips, I know for sure you could improve on the way you lead your company and become a great boss. So let's jump onto it. So how to be a great boss. Number one, do you give credit to employees? It's easy for when something good happens in your company to, of course, give yourself credit for it. But when things go the opposite, you blame your employees. So a great leader, a great boss always gives credit where it's due. If your employee came up with such a great idea, give them the credit for it. Do not take credit for it as you came up with that idea. So you want to make sure that you give credit to your employees. Do you empower and trust employees? For bad leaders, bad bosses, they're micromanagers. They want to make sure that every little thing goes through them, every decision making goes through them, and that's almost like you don't trust your employees. Apart from that, it limits the way your employees think. They might have a great idea, but they'll probably make it pass and not tell you. Well, here's an employee saying, after all, Sveso will just say, no, we'll come up with an excuse, this will not work, so it's okay, I'll just keep it to myself. Being a great leader, being a great leader also helps your employees to become creative with the way they think, the way they act, and of course that's going to bring the company to a great performance. So you want to make sure you do trust your employees and empower them. Do you take into consideration how much work your employees are doing? If your business just opened up, it's so easy to overwork your employees, right? You're trying to catch up on what's been lost, but also make sure that You talk to them, they're not tired. If they are tired, mistakes are going to happen. If they're not tired and they're being overworked, make sure that you do compensate them. You do not want them to start looking for a different job and leave your company, especially if they are great employees. Make sure that you do compensate for them, and of course you talk to your employees and not overwork them. Do you equate salary to job performance and position? It's almost that it's almost the end of the year reviews. So if an employee has done their best this year, you want to make sure that you do promote them, or give them a bonus or something like that. That actually helps with the way an employee is able to see you. A great leader actually, it's a thin line between a great leader and being a bad boss or being a bad leader. So that can actually motivate your employees. They can be able to pay off their bills, and of course it's going to make them work even better in 2021. Last but not the no, do you support employees if there are disputes with customers or vendors? The customer is always right, yes, but when there's a dispute between an employee and a customer, you want to do it you want to make sure it's diplomatic, the way you handle the disagreement, right? You can leave one of them injured. If you leave your employee injured, they're not happy with the way you spoke to them when a customer was there, they might leave and of course become demotivated. So you want to make sure that you do handle disagreements wisely. Do you provide guidance, issues, clear directives, and established well-defined objectives? So this is where mentorship comes up. If you're a great boss, you do want to mentor your employees. I know, of course, there are some great leaders that worry about employees leaving them after being mentored, but what if the opposite happened? What if that employee never leaves? Right, then you're stuck with a bad employee. So you do want to make sure, take the risk. You do want to make sure you mentor them. They're a great employee. If they decide to leave, well, that's okay. I know it's going to hurt, but that's okay. You have changed their lives. But if they stay, well, it helps your company. So those are my tips this week. I hope you enjoyed tea with me. I cannot wait to talk to you next week on Tea with Sebaso. Follow me on Instagram. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can always like my Facebook page. Have a beautiful week, guys, and a happy new month tomorrow. Bye.